How to use Microsoft Word. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you about Microsoft Word. So let's get into it. So as you can see, I'm over here on Microsoft Word. If you don't have it, you can go ahead and install it via Microsoft Store, or you can just download it from the Microsoft website. You can come over here onto the word.cloud.microsoft and you can go ahead and get started from here. Now you can use it over here as well, but if you want to go ahead and buy it, click on the See Plans and Prices, and you can go ahead and download it with Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Office. If you have one, you will get pretty much all of the options available. So I already have one. I have an older version, but it should still work. So let's get into it. So first things first, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and open up a document, right? When you open up a document, you'll have a bunch of different options over here. Now, as an example, I'm going to write some examples over here as a placeholder like this one. So let's go ahead and get started. So you can see right here, creating documents, pretty simple, right? Now at the top, you have all these different options. If I go ahead and select one of these letters, you can see I also get this bar as well. So let me move it up over here so that you can see it. Double click it and it'll pop up over here, and you can go ahead and get started from there. At the top, you'll also see a format painter. If you click on it, you can just simply select the word, right? We can just double click them as well. Just do that. All right. It'll automatically select it, and you can then go ahead and make that bold, right? Then if you go ahead and double click on it, select that, it'll automatically do that. It's as simple as that, right? And then you can go ahead and highlight text quickly by just simply selecting the bold tool or any other tool you want. So for example, if I wanted to italicize and bold, I can select the format painter. I have now the formatted selected. I can just simply select these over here. Boom, they're now exactly as I wanted it. So this is how it works, but you can see it disappeared again. Then if I double click on them, now it's going to stay exactly the same. Now I can go ahead and select these. It's still there. I can go ahead and select these. It's still there. Although I shouldn't, make them bolder. So I'll just use the simple format and italicize these ones. So I'll just go ahead and do that and do that. But I want the headings to be bolded. So what I'll do is select bold, double click the format painter. Format has been selected. There you go. It's as simple as that. Now I can just simply go ahead and select all the headings and make them bolder so that we can differentiate them. Should have just selected the words, not the letters. There you go. Just like that. It's as simple as that. So let's go ahead and move on. So you can see these are this is like the common option for the painter, and you can of course select all of them and you should be good to go. So next, you can just simply go ahead and select them quickly by just simply selecting the bar or the text you want to edit, and the mini bar is going to pop up over here, and you will have all of the options available over here as well. You can go ahead and color them, underline them, highlight the text, change the color of the font by just simply clicking on that button or the drop down button next to it and then selecting the color. There you go. It's now selected, although I should stop the highlight tool like that. And now if I write whatever, I can go ahead and write them as well. I don't want that. Let me just undo it like so. This is the font color. I can go ahead and select it. Boom. Now the color has been selected. I'll go ahead and select the black one like that. Boom. It's now black. It is simple as that. All right. Next is the paragraph section, right? Those are the fonts section where you can change the color of the fonts. You can add text effects, typography, highlight them, underline them, change the color of the fonts. And this is like the clear all fonting. You can also increase the fonts as well by just simply selecting the text and just simply clicking on this A button. You can see right here, it has a small blue arrow at the top, which means we can just simply click on it once. It'll automatically go bigger instead of just, clicking it and selecting it. You can also do that, but it totally depends on you. And you can quickly just simply press the arrow down key right next to it. It has a smaller A, which indicates that we can decrease this font size by just simply clicking on that one. Here you have the change case button. So you can quickly change the case. You can get a sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, or toggle case as well. So like this one. Looks pretty nice, right? So let's move on to the next section, which is the paragraphs page. Here you basically get all those options that are related to paragraph, like alignment, bullet points, numbers, stuff like that. So right now, all of my text are bullet, right? I'll go ahead and actually change some of the changes I made earlier like this. And also, so what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and select bullet points like that, or actually like this one, and then just select the painter tool and like that. I'll undo them as an example, and we'll do them again in a little bit to show you how you can do them. All right, so again, in the paragraph, you come over here for bullet points and or set alignments, right? So I'll deselect the painter tool, and here you can see we got bullet points, numbers. If you click on the numbers, you can choose what type of number library you want. With the dots, with the parentheses, you want the Roman counting, ABC, smaller ABs, with brackets, with ABCs, with dots and or the smaller Roman counting as well. So you can go ahead and get started with that one. If you don't want any, just select the none button and it'll be good to go. You also have this option as well, the current list of also alignment option, where you can see it just goes down. So it means that each document is connected and has a part of its own. So you could go ahead and select those as well. For example, if I wanted to bullet point this one, I just simply select the text. I could either go with the mini bar over here or the main bar at the top. I can just simply select the bullets. It's now bullets. Again, I can just select the format painter to quickly save time, because if you go ahead and select them, go back up there or in the mini bar and select them, it can be a tedious task and time consuming, and we don't want that. So format tool is a great tool to just quickly go ahead and do all of those things for you. I accidentally should have selected that. Let me go ahead and do that again. Painter tool, double click on the painter tool. There you go. You can see painter tool is a great way to save time like that. Now, some of these are already when I copied the text from the other file, they were already bullet pointed it. That's why when I go ahead and do that again, it is a little bit different. So you can see this one has multiple different bullet points. So for this one, you could go with this option right here, or actually this option, go with this one, or even go with this one. It totally depends on you. But here you can see these are some of the bullet libraries. You can go with different options, different pointers or bullets that you can add. So it looks pretty cool. And yeah, and then we can select these ones and go with bullet points like that. But these ones are different. So what we can do is we can choose different bullet points like this one. Looks pretty nice. And also we can change the alignment as well. So from the mini bar itself. Also, you can see if your texts are not aligned correctly, you can also change them. So for example, if I select all the text right here, let me select from the bottom quickly. Click on the bottom, hold shift, select the top, press shift, click on it. It'll select all the text that is from the first point you clicked, from the last point you clicked. Now I can just simply change the alignment. This is aligned from the left, go with center, from the right, or I can just simply go ahead and equalize everything, or justify as it says. We can also change the lines or between the paragraph as well, like this one. Make it a little bit more open, congested, compact, whatever you want to call it. So easy to read, whichever one you like, you can go with that. I think the 1.5 looks okay. We're going to go with that. You can also add a space before paragraph or remove the space before paragraph as well. So we can add space and also go ahead in 1.5. It looks pretty cool. All right, moving on, we have the search bar at the top. At the top, you'll also find the search bar. This is helpful if you want to quickly find some tool that you can't find over here. So just simply search for it and you can find it. Let's say I want to find magnifier. I just simply search for zoom. You can see right here, I can zoom in, found the zoom button. If I want to go ahead and add like a word count, print, all those stuff, suggested actions are going to be available in the search bar, which is pretty cool. Next, you have over here, like, the standard option of the style. The styling is where you can go ahead and, add whatever type of style you want. These are pretty simple. Click on this little drop down menu and you can create your own style. You can clear all formatting, stuff like that, right? Here at the left hand side, we have some editing options as well. The editing options at the top, we had find, right? If you click on find, you can go ahead and, add this little search tool over here. You can find different options and navigations and stuff like that. You also have this replace tool, which is pretty helpful. Here, you can also use it to find tool, replace, or go to certain sections of the document. If you want to find a tool, just type in the tool you want to find. So let's say I want to find word. We search the section, we couldn't find any matches. Okay, no worries. What if I just simply search for, let's say, meeting, right? It's right there, I know, but let's say if we want to find meeting, we click on it, it's right there. If I want to find some more, click over here. It'll automatically find all the words for me and it'll highlight them as well. And if I wanted to, let's say, replace certain words, right? For example, can I find comma? You can always find that. It's all available over here. You can see right here. If I wanted to, let's say, replace it, right? Replace this comma with something else, then here you can go ahead and do that. So find what you want. Let's say I want to find the commas, right? All the commas are over here. And then we can replace it with, let's say, double comma as an example, right? Then you can replace one or replace all. If you click on replace all, boom, we made 3 replacements. You can see right here. Do you want to continue searching from the beginning? If you want to, yes. Go with yes. All 23 replacements are done. So now all the commas that were available in this document are now replaced with double commas. You can see right here, like this one, and at the top you can see over here. So that's what you can do. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. So I'm gonna go with double comma with just 1 comma, replace all, and yep, all 23 has been now replaced. Double commas have now been replaced with a single comma. It's pretty helpful to go ahead and add and find and quickly replace certain words you want to replace. Sometimes you can type a name in and then wrong in the document, and you find out, oh no, the entire name is wrong in the entire document. So instead of manually doing it, you can use the replace function. It's really helpful. Now, moving on, there's a bunch of other ones as well. So at the end, you will find the add-ons or add-ins, right? You can find add-ins that add new functionality to Office. So there's another feature called dictation. I don't think my version has it. So what I'll do is I'll try to find an add-in for the dictation, right? So you can see we got ChatGPT for MS, ChatGPT for Excel, all these ones, right? So let me go ahead and click on more add-ins. And here is the entire store. I can just simply search for dictation, search for it, and we'll find all of that available over here. So give it a couple of seconds and we should be good to go. And here we go. So we got all these different options. We got NoteSmart for Word. It is a real-time dictation for Word, Praxi dictation, MathPad. We can go ahead and add them. Sarah AI writes documents up to 5 times faster with your voice. So you can use this one as well as a dictation tool. Got good reviews as well. So we'll go ahead and add it. Click on add, click on continue, and boom, it should be added. Let me see if it is added. Here we go. So Sarah Voice AI is right here. Works exactly the same thing, but yeah, you just simply record it and you should be good to go. Okay, this one is just for permission, so I'll just accept that. And it's not a free software. You can see right here, minutes used, credits are over here, 100, and we have minutes available for 100. So what we can do is we can start recording. Right now, click on allow. I don't know if it is working or not, but we can see, but maybe it's writing it down below. Maybe it's just recording as of right now, and then we can go ahead and add it, but it's fine. Let's see if it has actually, recorded it. So let's go ahead and click on stop recording. It's going to go ahead and transcribe everything. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so it started writing over here wherever I was typing it. So that's why. So it typed everything from here. I'll cut that and move it down over here and paste it so that I can know. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I said. I don't know if it's working or not, but we can see maybe it's writing it down below. Yeah, it recognized what I said and wrote it. So it is a helpful add-on. This way you can also see how you can, find add-ons as well. So it's pretty cool. You can find them by clicking on the home button. It's right there. You can pin it and you can find the add-ins on the add-in section. So it's pretty cool. You can find other add-ins as well, like, ChatGPT or ChatGPT for Excel, Autopilot, DeepL Word, MathType. All these different options are available for you to use. Fortunately, dictation was not available in this version of Word. Maybe it is available in the other version. For me, it wasn't. That's why I used the add-in. That way you can also see how you can add other options within your Word if you require them. All right, now let's move on. So at the top, you might have also noticed we have all these different options, right? These are your main, menu bar, you could say. So here you have insert, draw, design, layout, and all those stuff. In the insert section, you have all of your main inserts. So you can insert tables, you can insert pictures, shapes, icons. You can even add 3D models, smart art, charts, screenshots. You have online video, media. You can add links, bookmarks, all those stuff, right? So if you want to add a table, let me go at the bottom so that we have some more options. So at the bottom, if you want to add table, hit the table button, you will have this insert. So here you can go ahead and just use your mouse as to how many rows you want, how many columns you want, and then you just simply hit the click button as to how many rows and columns you want. Boom, you now have a table. And at the top, you can name whatever table you want. And here you can, pretty much do it. You can resize the table by just simply dragging and dropping it, making it larger. And yeah, you can also add more rows or columns by just simply hovering over each of them at the top and at the bottom. So you can add more rows and add more columns. Totally depends on you. You can even move it as well, move it down here. And then you can add more stuff to it. And when you do that, you will notice you have some more options at the top as well, like table design, table layout. So you can go ahead and add more stuff to it. So you can go with something like this. If you want to add color, go with this one. If you want something like this or this, it'll make it darker as well, which is pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll put some name over here and here we have project 1 like this, right? So I just filled up stuff like that. So if you want to add stuff, or maybe let's say I want to delete this row, right? I don't want this due date over here. I just simply select it, or I just simply hit the double click over here, and then I'll have these options right here. I can insert or delete. If I hit the delete button, I can delete the cell, delete the column, or delete the row, or delete the table. I'll delete the row. There you go. And then here I can double click again on this entire column, and then I can insert more options over here and more options over here. Let's say I want to add borders. I can go with that one. If I want to add more options, go with that one. What if I wanted to add stuff over here? So if I click on table design, right, we have all these different options. Click on this button over here, we get more options, right? So let's say I just want it to be a little bit like this. Boom, like that. And we have shading options over here. If I want to have table layout, I can click over here. I can draw a table, erase table, and stuff like that. So it's pretty simple. We can also change grid and property as well. So here I'll just type in yes, 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 no, no. Reviewed, yes, yes, no, no. For this one, I'll leave it since it's not. So this is how you can add table as well, and you can add, pictures and whatever you want. And speaking of pictures, if you want to come over here, click on insert, we have the picture option over here. If I click on this button, I can upload it from the device or the stock image is on online picture. Let's say I want to have the upload from this device. It'll open up the system. I can then just simply click on it and I can just simply upload the picture I want. And boom, the picture has been added. It's as simple as that. So you have all these other options as well. You can see we got shapes, 3D models. All of those are exactly the same. You can add footer. You can add a header, footer. You can add page number, text, bold, text box as well. And then you have the next option where you have the design option. You can go ahead and draw stuff to it. And you have markers, pen tools, erasers, lasso, ruler, format, background, stuff like that. And then you have design of the overall document and page, layout, references, and stuff like that. Pretty cool. So let's say I just wanted to design something or actually draw something, right? And I add a ruler. I can go ahead and select the ruler over here, place it over here. It's quite big. So let me just zoom in and make it smaller like that. I can, use the scroll wheel to make it bigger. If I click on the ruler, I can just simply put a 90-degree over here, have a whole draw the line over here. It'll automatically see that I'm drawing across the ruler and shape that line like that. And if I wanted to, move it a little bit, I can go with that one. That way I can go with, yeah, that looks good. I can then just simply draw a line across. And we can also draw a line across like this. What is that? 60? 45. Yep. And just draw a line like that. Boom. We now have it. So pretty simple. And then I can just simply click on the insert button or actually draw button, and then just simply hit the ruler button. Boom. It's gone. I can also pin this as well because it keeps disappearing. So I'm going to pin it over here so that I just have that. It doesn't have to disappear. And we have tensiles as well. If you click on it, hold it over here, you can add stuff to it. You can also use the format background option. You can get rows, college rule like here. So now we have the entire page. Should have done it over here at the bottom, but yeah, it'll add that to the entire document like so, which is pretty cool, but I don't want that. So I'll just leave it as it is like that. I don't want it. So I'll just click on none. It'll remove it. And there you go. When I erase something, select the eraser tool, right? Go down and just start erasing stuff. There you go. Make sure you select the line. Sometimes, wiggly lines are weird. So let me just go ahead and relay. I think it's not working. It just worked right now. There you go. Click the endpoints, I think, where the main point is, or just delete it entirely. This is a squiggly line. I don't know why it's not, but yeah, we can go with pointer eraser as well. So like this one, that's much better. So we can just simply erase like that. We also have this lasso tool to go ahead and select the entire section, and then we can just hit the delete button to delete it entirely. Pretty cool. And then we have the select tool, like move tool, basically. We can move the entire picture, rotate it, make it bigger, smaller, like that, which I think is pretty cool. So this was the draw section. Of course, there's more options as well, but it is what it is. We also have layout, so we can have breaks in between pages, columns, text, stuff like that. We can add columns over here, 1 page, 2 column, 3 column, left column, all these stuff. So everything is just, columnized. I want that. So we'll just go with 1. That lines as well. We can add margins to the entire page. Let's see from the top and the bottom. That way everything is just, marginalized. We can also change the orientation to landscape. That way we have some more options and more room to work with. But yeah, I think portrait is the go-to. So once you've, edited the entire document, click on the file section. You'll find it right here. Where did it go? Or we can go back here. You have the new option over here, and here you have the save button. So make sure you save it like that. And if you want to export it, click on the share button at the top right corner, and you can share it. Wait, it's saving the document. So give it a couple of seconds. There you go. It's now saved. So now if you click on the share, we can share it, copy the link, or manage access to, who we wanted to share it with. So which is pretty cool. Here it is right now. So then we can just simply right click over here. We can open a copy, delete the copy, open path through clipboard. And yeah, it's as simple as that. So these were some of the basics that you need to know about Microsoft Word and how to use it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care and goodbye.